safety. Please remain seated. Keep your hands and feet inside the boat at all times. The curtains point around you, please. No flash for dark or no video lights. Keep your hands inside the boat. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Sailing with the land.
Of living with the land. Our journey begins as dramatic and sudden changes are sweeping over the land. The approaching storm may seem violent and destructive, but nature is a new beginning in the cycle of life. One of those living systems is the rainforest, home to the most amazing concentration of life on our planet. These dense and beautiful forests cover only a tiny portion of the Earth's surface, but they contain more than half of the plants and animal species. Rainforests are also extremely rich and productive living systems, providing us with oxygen, food, medicine, and other elements essential to our lives. Plants and animals have learned to survive in these harsh conditions, making use of what little water they can find to avoid the scorching rays of the relentless sun. The American prairie once appeared as desolate as a desert, but over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American farm. Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the careless use, and sometimes overuse, of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods. Today, we're learning to live with the land, discovering better ways to grow food that will assure both human and environmental well-being. We're learning that by adding compost trees and other plant material to our soil, we can reduce the need for fertilizers. In farmlands across America, we're learning that by plowing under vegetation containing natural fertilizers, we can enrich the soil without the use of chemicals. In Saudi Arabia and Mexico, we're learning to produce food on desert seacoasts by developing and planting crops that thrive on saltwater. Here at Epcot, we're learning to reduce the need for pesticides by using natural predators like ladybugs and wasps. How do we meet tomorrow's growing needs for food production yet still respect the needs of the land? Some of the answers are being discovered just ahead.
And I live in Ecuador, scientists from Epcot, Department of Agriculture and National Athletes are exploring innovative and sustainable methods of food production. There are tens of thousands of edible plant species in the world, and yet we're only familiar with 30 or so. Native to our region or found in the local grocery store fruit. It will grow to be about 40 pounds in size. It is loaded with carbohydrates, making it a good substitute for staples like rice. A lot of vitamins, and the seeds contain protein. So you see, the jackfruit is like having a complete David balanced diet, all in one package. Coming up on your right is an exotic plant that you will be accustomed to. It's in the dried state. Remember the special loofah sponge that you use? You know it actually comes from a gourd. This gourd was picked young to be edible and have a lot of vitamins A and C. On your left and right, the bananas. The banana is the world's #1 fruit. And in some of the tropical countries of the world, it is a main source of their daily diet. On your right, the banana plant. Banana plant only produces one time. It's cut down. One bunch per stalk. And it goes right in here. Seeds has long been a source of honorable harvest. We will use a sustainable method to maintain this harvest. On your right, we have catfish and bass. On your left, we have sturgeon. All three of these fish are well suited to agriculture because they thrive in a high-density population. They also adjust to the new environment. The fish grown here are served in the restaurants here in Walt Disney World. On your right is the alligator. Alligators are no longer on the endangered list. In fact, there's more than 1 million produced. More than 6,500 pounds of fish a year in just one aqua cell. Fish farming and agriculture have become so popular that now more than 20% of all fish consumed goes to fish farming and agriculture. Who knows? One day farming in the ocean might be as popular as land farming is today. On your right, the bright color of the orange pumpkin, we associate this with harvest time. These pumpkins will grow to be about 1,000 pounds. The bright orange of the pumpkin comes from a large amount of beta carotene. The advantage of a greenhouse like this is you can have a harvest year-round. Our plants grow in the sand. They get water and nutrients through a computer-controlled drip irrigation device. Each plant gets just the right amount of little black cubes on each plant. This garden takes about 6 months to produce a crop. In this next greenhouse, we experimented with innovative ways to maintain our bountiful harvest. Growing plants vertically, you get more plants, less space, more production. There are pests each year. Pests destroy more than 1/3 of the world's fruit crops in the land. We use an integrated pest management. We also use pest-resistant plants. We release insects to eat pests. We have dramatically reduced the use of pesticides here. The squash, the pumpkin, and the gourd are all in the same family. In fact, there's more than 500. It'll grow to be about 5 foot long. Of course, on your left, the Cinderella pumpkin, we know how it got its name. It was once a magical toad. We haven't had one to sprout wheels yet, but you never know what might happen. On your right, the jackfruit. On your right, the wax gourd. It originally came from Asia. As we learn more about the world's vast diversity of plants, we move even closer to a true sustainability. In this last greenhouse, our scientists are using cutting-edge technology to help us reach that goal. The plants on the left and right with the roots exposed are squash. They've been grown in a process called aeroponics. They get oxygen from the air, water, and nutrients to go through the mist pots. Here our scientists are working in the Department of Agriculture to develop better plants through biotechnology. Our scientists also work in the Space Administration. That's what they think might be living out of space. So you see, there's a lot we can learn from science and nature about living with the land. The laboratories you've seen today is just part of the story. After all, the crop must be handled with care from the field to the table. Around the globe, scientists from Nestle and other organizations are dedicated to improving the quality and the taste of the food that the world enjoys and relies on. Working together, We can preserve this land as a precious and beautiful resource while still meeting the needs of our growing world. Then, and only then, will we truly be living with the land. And don't forget, tonight at 9:30, the World Showcase, the fireworks and the laser light show. Anywhere around the lake is a good place to watch it. 9:30. If you would like a closer look at our greenhouses, you can take our behind the scenes tour. Then one of our researchers, you can sign up at the tour desk in the gift shop. On your right as you exit, just past the food rock theater on the right hand side. Please remain seated. Keep your hands and feet inside the boat until we come to the complete stop up on the dock beyond these brown rails. On behalf of the Walt Disney World Company, nationally our corporate sponsor, myself, Ed, it's been my pleasure to take you through living with the land. We'll be pulling right up. I'm glad you came early.